Immigration has always been a complex and contentious issue in the United States. It is a story woven into the very fabric of the nation, shaping its identity and fueling its growth. Yet, it is also a story marked by periods of both welcome and rejection. Few issues have been as politically charged and emotionally resonant as immigration. It touches upon fundamental questions of national identity and economic security. The presidency of Donald Trump brought these questions to the forefront, sparking a fierce debate. His hardline stance on immigration represented a significant departure from previous policies. Trump's rhetoric ignited passions, exposing deep divisions within American society. To understand Trump's immigration policies, we must look at the broader historical context of U.S. immigration. The U.S. has always been a nation of immigrants. People from all over the world have come here seeking a better life, but immigration history has its shadows. Periods of openness have been followed by restriction. Laws have limited immigration based on prejudice and fear. The Chinese Exclusion Act barred Chinese laborers in the late 19th century. Early 20th century quotas limited Southern and Eastern European immigration. These examples show that the immigration debate is not new. It reflects the evolving complexities of American identity and the tension between openness and exclusion. Donald Trump rose to power on a platform that placed immigration at the center of his agenda. His campaign rallies were filled with fiery rhetoric about the need to secure the border, build a wall, and crack down on illegal immigration. Upon taking office, Trump wasted no time in translating his campaign promises into concrete policies. He issued a series of executive orders aimed at restricting immigration, including the infamous travel ban that targeted citizens from several Muslim-majority countries. One of Trump's signature campaign pledges was the construction of a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border. This wall, which he argued was necessary to stem the flow of illegal immigration and drugs, became a potent symbol of his approach to immigration. In addition to the border wall, Trump implemented a zero-tolerance policy at the border, which resulted in the separation of thousands of migrant children from their parents. This policy, widely condemned as inhumane and cruel, sparked outrage and protests across the country. Section 4: Zero Tolerance. The human cost of strict enforcement. Trump's immigration policies went beyond rhetoric and symbolism. They had a tangible and often devastating impact on the lives of immigrants and their families. The zero-tolerance policy in particular resulted in scenes of heartbreaking separation and trauma. Under this policy, all adults caught crossing the border illegally, even those seeking asylum, were subject to criminal prosecution. Because children cannot be held in federal jail with their parents, thousands of families were separated. The images of children being taken from their parents, crying inconsolably in detention centers, sparked outrage and condemnation from human rights groups, religious leaders, and elected officials across the political spectrum. The Trump administration argued that the zero-tolerance policy was necessary to deter illegal immigration and protect national security. However, critics argued that it was a cruel and inhumane policy that inflicted unnecessary suffering on vulnerable families. The policy was eventually reversed in the face of intense public pressure, but the trauma inflicted on the families separated at the border continues to linger. Section 5: Legal Challenges and Public Outcry. The fight against Trump's policies. Trump's immigration policies faced immediate legal challenges from civil rights groups, immigration advocates, and state attorneys general. These battles often reached the Supreme Court. A significant challenge involved Trump's attempt to end DACA. DACA, established by Obama, provided protection to undocumented immigrants who came as children. Courts ruled Trump's efforts to rescind DACA were improper. The fate of Dreamers remained uncertain. Trump's policies sparked widespread public outrage and protests. Section 6: A lasting impact: immigration in the post-Trump era. The Trump presidency marked a tumultuous chapter in the ongoing saga of immigration in the United States. His policies, driven by a hardline approach and a focus on enforcement, left a lasting impact on the lives of immigrants and the national debate over immigration. While some of Trump's most controversial policies, such as the zero-tolerance policy and the travel ban, were reversed or blocked by courts, others, such as the border wall, remain in place. The long-term consequences of his policies on the U.S. immigration system are still unfolding. Trump's presidency also exposed deep divisions within American society over the issue of immigration. His rhetoric and policies energized his base of support, but also alienated and angered millions of Americans who viewed them as cruel and un-American. The debate over immigration is far from over. It continues to be a defining issue in American politics, shaping the national conversation about identity, security, and the meaning of citizenship.